Hello everybody, welcome to Parks Bros. So today we're doing something a little different. This is our official Soul Spin review.
Yay.
So Soul Spin is a top scan flat ride by Mondial that's opened up this year at Knott's Berry Farm. So let's talk about the qualities of this ride. So when you first walk up, you see a sign that says Soul Spin and kind of a plain queue. There's not really any real theming to the queue.
There's three tiny plastic cactuses on the side.
Yes, there are three little tiny cacti. But besides that, it's just a bunch of switchbacks under
A giant.
an awning.
Yeah.
And that's about it. The colors of Soul Spin are actually very unique and not exactly what you usually see in amusement parks or theme parks.
They're very vibrant.
Yeah, very vibrant. It is really a great looking ride, I would have to say. I don't know what you think, Hunter.
It looks great. The lights at night are amazing.
So yeah, here's another thing. When you go on after sunset, these LED lights show up on the back and the bottom of your seats, and they look fantastic. My only problem with them is they can be a little too bright at about 9 o'clock at night.
On ride for me, at least. Well, it will probably be like this for people like me. It was kind of disorienting. Made me want to puke from time to time. And it just felt weird going sideways for about 5 seconds and just staying there.
So for me being 6'1", sitting down and the restraints automatically come over your head and lock themselves into place. You can't really control that. It goes as far as it can. And one problem I can see with that is people's thighs being crushed. It can be a thigh crusher if you have larger thighs or taller. So there's a height limit I saw that if you're over 6'5", you're not allowed to ride because it would just hurt too much. Also, another thing I found very interesting when going on, the more people you have in your row,
The more it spins.
the more it spins. Yeah, exactly. So I've ridden it with 5 people in my row. I've ridden it with 4 people in my row. When we rode it with 4 people in the row, it was a lot less hectic and it didn't spin as much. It didn't flip upside down as much.
Out of all the flat rides I have ridden, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. It's still really fun, but for people like me who get disoriented a little bit easier, it is kind of hard. But I wouldn't go on it all the time, but I would go on it again.
Whereas I would honestly try and go on this anytime I can. If the wait's under 25 minutes, I'll do it. I actually really enjoyed this. Not my favorite ride in the park. Definitely not my favorite ride in the park. But it's up there, top 5, I would say. So my rating for this ride, out of 10, would have to be a solid 8. It's a great, great flat ride. It looks great. It's not that long of a wait all the time, and it's a lot of fun, nonstop laughter for me.
For you.
It is honestly probably the best flat ride I've ever been on.
Overall, I would probably give this a 7.5 because, as I said, it's very disorienting for me, and it made me feel like I want to puke sometimes. Not all the time on it, though. It just felt weird. But it was still overall a great ride, so that's why I gave it a 7.5.
The official Parks Bros score of Soul Spin is 7.75. So overall, this is a ride that if you're going to Knott's for just the day, definitely check out. If you're more of a thrill seeker, then I wouldn't recommend anyone under the age of maybe 10, 9 to go on it. It might be a little too extreme, but it's great for us teenagers and young adults. That it's a great thrill ride.
This has been our review of Soul Spin. And as always,
We'll see you on the next ride.